Customizing Your Health is presented by Custom Health Centers. Once again, Dr. Jason Olafson and Marie Osborne.
Dr. Jason, of course, we always like to talk to your patients because as good as you are at doing this show, your patients are always great at expressing what it's like with the challenge of having to lose weight.
It takes the ideas that we talk about every single week and puts it into a person that you might identify with a little bit more. You might say, hey, listen, that's me. And today we've got a really, really cool guest on who's really interesting. He's got an interesting job. He's in law enforcement. And Andre came to us. Well, first of all, welcome to the show, Andre. I'm so excited that you're here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for being on with us. And first of all, thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate everything that you and the boys in blue do for us. And we're
girls in blue and the ladies in blue.
Yes, there you go.
Guys.
The girls in blue as well.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We don't hear it too often.
Yeah, well, we're very grateful for that. And you came to us. Tell us why you came to the Custom Health Centers and what sort of triggered this journey that you've been on.
Well, ultimately, let me say this. I've been in law enforcement for 21 years. I started when I was 19 years old, 20 years old, 41 now. And I've been a pretty physical guy, heavy into weightlifting, cardio, stuff like that. A few years ago, I had a system that was my own system to lose weight. Simply go to the gym, work out mass hours, and lose as much weight as I can. That's usually how I did it. Unfortunately, a few years ago, I noticed that didn't work anymore. And I started to get a little bit discouraged because I didn't understand what was happening. Well, I guess I was getting older, and I didn't realize that as things change, you have to adjust. And one day I was listening to the radio, and then I heard about your program, and I was interested. And I figured at this point, I needed to re-educate myself on how to change my life because the way I've been doing it before, just being a young guy, go get out there, run 20 miles, and then lose weight, wasn't working anymore. And then I gave it a shot.
Wow.
And Andre, also in your job as in law enforcement, a first responder, let's face it, you have got to be in shape in order to execute your job to its fullest extent. I mean, you carry our safety in your hands, and so it's important that you stay fit, right?
That's an absolute reality that when I was younger, I took it for granted because I was in shape just by default, As I started to get, like I said, closer to the 40s, I started to notice the bad guys aren't getting any older. They're getting younger. They're getting younger, and you have to be physical. And what I do, particularly, you have to be physical. It's a standard that you have to stay at. And I couldn't keep that standard on my own.
So, Andre, you came in and you got a consultation. We went over some numbers with you, and you started on the custom weight loss program. How did you feel when you first started, and what changes did we help you implement right away that allowed you to start to see some results?
Well, when I first started, after you guys gave me some numbers, you guys put out this sheet and kind of explained, where I was physically at that point, and it was embarrassing because for the most part, I always felt pretty physical, felt that I was pretty much in shape. But when I read the numbers, it was at one point, it was some information that talked about my metabolic age. And like I said, I'm 40. It said I was 90. I completely was devastated when I saw that. I'm like, I got a metabolic rate of a 90-year-old. And so I said, well,
no.
As they explained it to me, they said, hey, man, this is just to give you an idea of where you at right now. But you're going to be impressed when you see things start to change in another week or so. So I kind of went in motivated. I talked to my wife about it prior, and we prayed over it. And once I went in, I said, okay, I think from what I've read and understood, and I watched a couple of your videos and did some research behind you, and I said, I think this doctor figured it out. And so I went in motivated. And after the very first week, when I think I lost maybe about 4 or 5 pounds, that was when I said, okay, yeah, this right here, I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to see this through.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for sticking with it, because how many pounds did you lose total?
Right, as of today? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I went in right at 240. Right now, I'm 195.
And I'll bet.
Wow.
That was from that was from February 1st to April 1st. And I've been, I was 195 today. Last week I was about, 199. So, it's still happening. It's going. It's going and going and going, and I can't stop. I'm feeling good.
And Andre, can you tell us a little bit about what you eat on a daily basis?
And that's the interesting thing. I stayed strict to the program. For the most part, obviously I keep my fats high, but for the most part, I flip and rotate it from steak one day to fish, the approved fish, half a fruit, half a grapefruit, usually every day to keep, kind of keep that little sweet bug off a little bit. But for the most part, I follow the routine, grilled chicken, fish, steak, and rotate it out. Now, I do got to make one confession. The entire time I was on the program, I never got a chance to exercise.
Wow.
So that entire weight loss was strictly by following the routine. Now, when I hit the gym, which is coming up pretty soon, when I start hitting the gym, I don't know what's going to happen,
Yeah, the disappearing man.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, though, Andre. I know because you talked about weightlifting and you talked about, and again, having to be in good shape because of your job as a first responder and in law enforcement. Your muscles, you still have good muscle mass and everything?
Oh, yeah. And that's one of the things that kept me motivated. It's just shedded the fat. It's like the fat just melted off. The muscles were still there because I had a nice build before where I was heavy into weightlifting. So all of a sudden it started to trim up, look really good. And I know as soon as I get back into the gym, which is probably another 2 weeks or so, that'll set it off for the whole summer, for the whole year, and I'll be shooting to the stars.
My goodness, Andre, we need some after pictures when you do all
sure.
of that. He's not missing any muscle at all.
That's
so
it's
got
important.
him there.
It's important. Andre, thank you so much for joining us today here on Customizing Your Health. What a great story, and you tell it so well.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Andre. Keep going, man. You're inspiring so many people. You don't even know how many people you're inspiring. So thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for everything, Dr. Jason. Take care, Marie.
Have a great day.
You too.
An inspiring story from one of Metro Detroit's finest law enforcement officers. And listen, we want you to be like Andre. If you want to be like Andre and get a customized approach for your weight loss, you've got to call us at 844-789-THIN or go to our website at customhealthcenters.com. We're going to tailor a program specifically for you and help you lose that weight that you've been dying to lose. So give us a call today, 844-789-THIN.